Hello.
Welcome
back.
Something academia.
We are still going at Watanagashi.
Watanagashi.
The Arc 1 recaps have just come out.
Yay, to great mass acclaim.
Mass acclaim.
Is that what people say?
I guess they are now. We're putting words in their mouth.
As opposed to widespread acclaim or mass appeal, we got mass acclaim now.
Yes.
I'm glad I mixed those two terms together. But yeah, hey, hi, welcome.
So the end of that last chapter. I mean, we spoke about it as we were going, obviously, and how weird all the imagery is.
Yeah.
But one thing I particularly enjoyed about that was looking at. You know how we were talking about the components of myth in the Arc 1 recap, which came out to mass acclaim.
Mass acclaim, yeah. That's what I would say. I'd put that in a tabloid.
That past chapter was very much addressing that.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this in the cast review session where they were like, this has been introducing you to the characters. Now we will talk about the dark history of Hinamizawa. That's what's happening.
Is that what the old cast review session said?
Yes, that is one of the many things that it said.
No, what it said is we're going to learn more about the curse next time, which is what's
happening.
The vaguest piece of shit.
No! How is that vague? I mean...
It's like, here is the premise of the novel. We're going to cover the premise of the novel. It's like going into Harry Potter and saying, in the next book, we're going to learn about magic.
Was it inaccurate, though? Did we not just learn about the curse?
Useless.
We got Takano expositing. We got these weird scrapbook things. We got... I don't know.
Listen, I'm not denying that you are correct that was the result.
You better not deny it.
I'm objecting to the fact. I'm objecting to the fact that the old cast review session established anything.
It established that Ryukashi has a very silly sense of humor.
Anyway.
I mean, we already knew that. So maybe it didn't establish anything. Maybe it was pointless. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below.
But it's very interesting because it was looking at, both the historical aspect of the myth in terms of this is what past generations used to do.
This is where it came from.
It's looking at the, it was the charter myth, which is why they were doing the things they did. So it was interesting to see that, as I was saying, how it was probably going to be a combination of those different forms of myth. What it looks like is that it's evolved over time. So it started out as natural, became charter, evolved into...
I mean, it was literally they were like, yo, it used to be called the intestine...
Yeah.
Spreading festival, whatever. And now it's a cotton one now. It's cotton. It's nice, friendly cotton.
Well, it's not that it used to be called that. It's that the words were the same meaning.
But when someone says, "Wow, it's an Nagashi now," Keiichi's like, "Oh, cool, cotton. That's fun." Of course, there's that question of is it actually evolved and changed, or is it still the same somewhere in Hinamizawa?
Yeah.
You know? And there's still people who rip people's bodies apart and eat them or whatever. As the demons that they are. And that's what's kind of fun.
Indeed.
Learning about who in this story might want to eat a little bit of intestine.
It has been 2 weeks since we last recorded, so we're a bit rusty.
No, never rusty. We're just sleepy.
This is Notebook 4 and 5, and I don't remember what the last one was.
I'm excited.
Am I correct? Yes, 4 and 5, and after the festival. Okay.
Okay.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Do we get points for that?
I
don't know.
I don't want to throw to the comments for points, because last time they betrayed us.
You know what? Just take 2 points.
Okay.
Just take 2 out of 3 points.
Put it...
We take 2/3 of a point? Why are you leaving this in the comments? No,
stop.
Just take the points.
Stop. Okay, here's what's happening.
God damn it.
I'm gonna put a comment in the description of this episode.
Okay, good.
That's gonna say, vote here, and I just want you all to put a random number in reply to that comment. If someone lands on a particular number, we don't get the point.
So you're thinking of a number between 1 and...
No range. Okay,
good.
It's just a number.
Okay, good.
And if someone lands on exactly that number, we don't get the point.
All right, I'll be voting.
So you have a chance.
Okay.
You have a chance
to win.
To defeat us and give the point to Ryukashi.
I pick a random number.
And if the number is picked, I'll give Ryukashi 10 times as many points as we were going to get.
All right, so 20 points.
I'll say 50 points. Ryukashi will get 50 points. We would have gotten 5.
Otherwise, we get 5 points. This deal, I like this deal.
All right.
Gambling really does pay off.
It does, okay?
Yeah. Good. All right, shall we read these tips now? This is a good start.
Here we go.
Oh boy! Watanagashi! The rite of Watanagashi is performed during a village festival every June, even now, but reading back to its origin turns up a seriously sanguine ceremony. Originally, Watanagashi would happen at fixed intervals, and after receiving Urashira-sama's trust, they chose a sacrifice. Then the entire village would kidnap, demon away, the person, and ceremonially dissect and devour them in a feast.
See,
Delicious.
the interesting thing about this is this has obviously been established in the last chapter that we just read, but the idea that the people who have all been demoned away have now been dissected is an interesting proposition. Not something that I hadn't considered, but I'd considered it in a different context.
Right.
I'd considered it more as like, oh, this is the medical condition that's causing these people to go nuts. Let's dissect them and, you know, find out what's wrong. Whereas this is like the old ritualistic side of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty gross.
Nah, this is fine. This is fine.
Were you not there for that chapter where Keiichi was like, imagine being strapped onto this table and having your guts ripped out? Like,
I was here for that. I enjoyed myself.
You did?
It was fun.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
This is a problem.
Gross. You're a gross person.
I'm just too used to guts.
The rules that determined the intervals are shrouded in mystery. This is because the ceremonies occurred extremely irregularly.
But now they occur annually. Interesting.
Interesting.
Or do they occur annually?
There's a theory that it was determined based on astrological fortune telling. Yeah. But it isn't too convincing. The residents of ancient Onikafuchi village firmly believed that they were half man, half demon transcendents, as opposed to descendants, and that they were more valuable than humans were, and they forced people within and without to accept that. Perhaps the act of kidnapping and eating people was done to prove that they were higher up on the food chain. This is just a hypothesis, but maybe the rite of Watanagashi was a political event for the purpose either being an outlet for or outright diverting the attention of the villagers of the isolated Onikafuchi village.
I just want to read that once over because that is a
word soup.
That is a word soup.
This is just a hypothesis, but the rite of Watanagashi was a political event being an outlet for or outright defer the villagers' rights. So it's an outlet for the villagers.
For the purpose either being an outlet for... It should have been
great.
either being the purpose... what?
It's a great sentence. It's a great sentence.
Fantastic sentence.
Oh, God.
What a mess.
Do you understand it, though? Do you understand what that's saying?
I think what it's saying is that it was trying to divert attention away from the village.
What?
Right?
Oh, an outlet for the villagers. No, it's for the villagers of the Onikafuchi village. It's for them to... You know what? Let's just keep going. In any case, anything complaints or dissatisfactions grew serious. If that was the main reason these ceremonies were held, then it's easy to explain how erratic they were. Look, we're gonna get comments, you know we are, who are like, it's so simple, this is exactly what this sentence means.
Yes.
Fuck off! Get out of here! This is why I fight you on the internet, because of shit like this. What does that even mean?
Like, I feel what it's trying to say is that it's trying to distract the villagers from the situation that they're in, being alone up in the mountainside.
Right.
Or that it's
to keep them busy.
And like, that's what it's saying, it's an outlet. Like, they're basically just like, oh, we're
going
alone up in a hillside.
Yeah.
Let's just go fucking kill some people because we're lonely.
And eat them. It's great. It's good.
What the fuck was that sentence structure?
It sounds like fun. All right, next scrapbook.
From the scrapbook 5.
Boy, who's writing these? They have poor sentence structure. Boy, golly gee.
Can you read this as Drew Carey? Thank you.
Drew Carey. Wait, hold on.
Yes, I'll get it up. Hold on.
You better. I need to be in the mood.
Hello, for those of you that weren't around for
go watch Umineko.
For Umineko.
We have a tradition.
We have a tradition here. And that tradition is
to honor Drew Carey the only way we know how.
Drew Carey in the only way that we know how.
Thank you.
Which by first of all is waiting for an iPhone ad.
Yeah, it's great. Is it muted or can they hear it?
I'm holding my thumb over the speaker, so they shouldn't be able to hear it. But it definitely is not muted.
Try and guess what that ad is.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just listen in nice and close.
Oh yeah.
Do people recognize you when you're not wearing your glasses?
No, not normally.
Okay.
That's why I just got.
Kent.
Yeah, take the glasses off. I can pretty much go wherever I want.
Yeah. Okay.
One time I was in. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
There it
I'm
is.
from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So one time I was in Cleveland.
Cleveland,
Okay.
Cleveland, Ohio.
All right.
Yes.
So-
The alleged importance, yes.
All right, you ready
I think
to go?
I've got it.
You ready?
I've got my best Drew Carey ready.
Best Drew Carey.
Okay. The alleged importance of the implements. I can't find anything that gives a concrete description on what the original implements were like. They were, however, real, and there definitely existed a multitude of different clients in Cleveland, Ohio. One source states that the implements used in the Watanashi ride alone number 200.
That's a lot for well, no, that's actually not
That's a
many for
lot.
a big shed.
I suppose the question is, was it like little tiny implements like toothpicks and tweezers, or was it like a big fuck off scythe or something?
Just a bag of 288 just in the storage
That
shed.
sounds correct to me. The obvious question then is why they required such a myriad of them. The rite of Watanashi was to kidnap people, through the evening away, dissect them, and eat them.
I should not have taken a drink during that moment.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Dissect them and eat them. I believe the tools were for dissection and restraining, but 200 of them is far too many. Generally, tools evolve in such a way as to reach a solution for a certain problem. Once you reach the ultimate goal, that is, attain a certain level of efficiency, the tool's evolution normally stops there. Regardless, why would they have created so many different kinds? One of the cultural elements responsible for diversification over time is that of entertainment. Tools used for entertainment would evolve over time and branch out. Unlike normal tools, reaching the ultimate goal would be more of a dead end, and in searching for the next goal, they would split into many different subtypes. And here they are. Line them up. So then perhaps it's not a stretch to suggest that these 200 plus implements had some entertainment value. This is just a hypothesis, of course, but maybe the human dissection process was viewed as a type of entertainment. The three families of old.
Okay, can we just stop here for a second
The
and say,
three
and say
families.
that these 3 lines
Yeah.
should have been that other sentence?
Yes. I mean, yeah, they're definitely repeating that information here, but like making it much clearer.
Yeah.
The three families of old would develop one new implement dissection tool after another, and each was varied, novel, and attracted spectators to keep them from growing bored.
Thank goodness.
It's not unimaginable. All of them have to be enshrined within that storehouse. There isn't much longer until the night of Watanashi. Though its original intent has been lost, I will reveal the secrets of the traditional ceremonial night within the original storehouse. I can't restrain my excitement. Watanashi cannot come soon enough.
Thank goodness Takano has brilliant dramatic timing in her like notebooks.
What, you think that Takano wrote those?
I don't know, Ben. I think it's very unclear. That
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who
it's
could have written
very,
those.
very dubious.
Felix, I just want to throw it out there that maybe it was Oshiro-sama that wrote those.
You know what? You're right.
All right. Or maybe it was Keiichi, because he went nuts and he was like, man, I'm going to write all these scrapbooks and then leave them lying around like a treasure hunt.
But
And then he forgot about them.
that's blowing my mind.
Yeah. I think
right.
it's pretty feasible.
Here we go.
God damn it. Oh my god, it's one of those scenes!
Late that night, tensions in the police station were strained.
Shh, redoing that. Cut that. Late that night, tensions in the police station were strained. Imagine I'm like pulling you like close around a campfire and I'm leaning into the light.
I don't need to imagine it. It's like I'm there.
It's like it's right next to you. In the silence, many of the staff members' eyes shifted back and forth between the clock and their telephones, counting the seconds in that stifled atmosphere. As he's come closer, Kumagaya-kun busts in with a young guy trailing behind him. Oh, Ishii-san, I've got the autopsy results. The court physician just got here. I'm ready to go, sir. I'll head straight for Gifu. Whoever that is. And then the hero steps forward in his dashing black shirt and red tie.
Hold on. We've
yes.
already got the autopsy results. So someone's already died?
Somebody has already died,
Okay.
yes. We are jumping right into action. That is how you start good ghost story.
Yes.
Goma-chan, things have gotten a bit complicated. We appear to be having a very difficult time determining who the victim is.
Sweet, so someone's on fire.
Oh boy, could they have been dismembered? Nope. Cooked to a nice light brown. Yes, we know he was psychic. Chrono, step back. Go read the book or something if you're not going to participate in my lovely story. He spoke in sportive tones, but the meaning behind his words was heavy. The staff gave a collective sigh. All the way, head to toe. Completely blackened, it seems. Probably smells terrible too. What a shame it is to be Gifu-san. Cooked with no possessions, then discarded outside the prefecture.
I love that they've given this cooked corpse a pet name.
Poor Gifu-san. At worst, it would have taken a week for the body to be identified. The fact that they'd sniffed it out tonight was huge.
Or foreshadowing for the fact that it was prearranged.
Maybe. We'll have to find out. Komiyama-kun and a few others are performing a thorough night raid on the dentist in Okonomiya. All we can do is hope that a tooth matches some medical records.
I'm getting some severe flashbacks here. Burnt corpses, dental records.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I've seen a wall of text scroll by me before with all of this written on it.
I feel like we've seen an old man about a dog before, in a furnace or something. Sorry, could someone go buy me 2 or so more boxes of Ultra Mild? The young guy answered in affirmation and darted out into the hallway. We did an excellent job finding it, this Yoichi. It could be that the people who disappeared in past years was getting outside the prefecture like this too. Yes, Yoichi, then why not bury them? Or sink them into the Sea of Japan or Lake Biwa or somewhere like that.
Isn't the Sea... I thought they were like pretty far inland. I feel like the Sea of Japan's a bit impractical.
No, I have no clue. Maybe they wanted to go on a road trip. Why though?
Hold on. Once we're done with this tip, I want to pull up a map.
God damn it. Hasn't the pattern so far been one person dies and another disappears? Groma-chan, the corpse was inside of an oil drum, unrestrained and cooked to crispy chicken. They probably burned them after strangling them. They knew it would be found. So what you mean is, from the beginning, they didn't want the person to disappear this year. Not so much that as they just aren't related. The person didn't disappear, in fact, whoever did it seems to have wanted to make a show of it. You mean it could be a warning? He folded his arms and then heaved a long and heavy sigh. That might have been the case that it happened in town. If they'd messed up, taking the victim far away and burning them alive wouldn't have been noticed. If they meant it as a warning, they should have done it closer to Inamizawa. They wanted to emphasize the fact that they killed the victim, but instead of doing it somewhere for dramatic effect, they did it outside the prefecture. Did they want to emphasize it or hide it? Boy, I do wonder what Yoshiro-sama is up to this year. Oh, it is phone for Yoichi. Who is on the phone? A telephone ring cut to the heavy silence. A staff member nearby snatched up the receiver. Yoichi-san, it's Komiyama. They have it. The dental clinic in Okonomiya fixed the wisdom tooth 3 years ago. What about the records? Complete with x-rays. Well, they feel bad for waking up the dentist before dawn. Kuma-chan, get out there as soon as you get the records from Komiyama-kun. Will do. Oh, it's the chief. Thank you for coming out at this hour, Chief Oishi.
There are too many characters in this scene.
Oishi-san, my apologies for my lateness. What's the situation? I'm putting on a little bit of an old person voice for this one. Well, it's just getting good, you see. We're all getting fired up.
Oh, where's the drum kit when you need it?
Oh! Hey, Oishi! Woo! Best character!
Oishi.
Best character!
Oishi.
I love him.
Okay. Let's pull up this map.
Yeah? Let's have a look at this. Where is Oishi-san's body hiding?
Alright.
Oh, God.
So,
what are you trying to find? Do you know where Hinamizawa is?
So, assuming it's in the same location as the village where it is set.
Okay. Yeah.
Like...
Not that far. How far is that?
That's a
like an
pretty
hour?
solid distance.
I don't know. How far is that in hours of driving? I don't know. I'm bad at maps. But it's like, Japan isn't that big, you know? I'm not saying that as like an insult. It's just, it's a thing. Sorry,
yeah,
Japan.
I mean, I guess, but still, you know, if it's the night of a festival and you want to enjoy the festivities,
It's true.
Burn someone alive and
true.
still get home in time for dinner,
In time for dessert, yeah, totally.
then, you know, taking a trip out to the Sea of Japan ain't exactly practical.
I guess it depends how much time you have, you know?
I guess. Anyway, let's
That was it.
get into...
That was a good scene. Good work,
Let's get cooking.
Let's get fired up. Oh boy, back into the swing of things. Take it away, Felix.
I let out a great big yawn. And Keiichi did too.
Keiichi did too. Good on him.
It's not letting...
He's a good... What is... I'm sorry.
the files and
Keiichi, what are you doing? Are you hacking the Matrix?
You hacking my computer, Keiichi?
Oh, no.
Alright, I think that's working now.
So if that doesn't happen again.
I don't know what happened.
Keep going.
It was like morning had arrived just as I got to sleep. As Mom set up breakfast, she gave me a pained smile.
What's the matter, Keiichi? What time did you go to sleep last night?
Well, I wanted to go to sleep at midnight, but I had trouble with that.
Oh, God, I feel you. You were probably all worked up for the festival.
No, that's not it. Crunch, crunch.
Yes, crunch.
Is he saying that or is he eating?
I don't know. I'm very concerned about my son's poor health.
I crunched down hard on the pickled radish to hide my embarrassment and said crunch as I did so to emphasize my embarrassment.
It's one of those things where, like, what he's thinking appears on his face. So she heard him say crunch, crunch.
Oh my God.
Through his face.
That's so many layers deep.
It's amazing.
I'm bewildered.
I'm glad you are as well. I was just shocked.
After all that happened yesterday on a discussion about the sound Shion heard, that banging noise like a child far away jumping up and down on a wooden floor, why does it keep having to be so specific?
I don't know.
The story wouldn't get out of my head, so I had trouble sleeping. It was a long night, and I kept jumping at the slight sounds of faraway tree branches, which should have either been unhearable or too insignificant to notice, but when I woke up to the morning sunlight and birds chirping, it made me feel pretty ashamed about it, but I felt far from refreshed this morning.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yay! The best characters here.
We're back into the comfortable music.
Yay! Keiichi-kun, good morning. Huh? Keiichi-kun, your eyes are all red. Why is that? Why?
Oh, hey, good morning. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm sleep deprived today.
I nearly actually yawned just then. This is a disaster.
You're so tired? Me too. It's alright. I went to bed at like 3 a.m. last night, so...
Stop being so irresponsible.
I can't help it!
Yes, you can.
I have exciting things to take care of in the middle of the night.
Go to sleep.
Like eating food.
Go to sleep.
The festival yesterday was a lot of fun. We had this excitement, took a long time to go to sleep, so I took a long time to go to sleep too. To sleep. That was a confusing sentence.
Yes.
How many times?
Her excitement seemed to still be wide awake.
God damn it.
She had this kind of festival
No.
No.
Do we...
No.
Is that a point?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
I just want the audience to know that I'm a little concerned that Felix may be abusing the system.
Abusing my system, thank you very much.
Yes, abusing your system. Our system. All right. They should have this kind of festival more often so we can have lots of fun together again. How?
Yeah. Talking about the festival yesterday made me remember everything I had nearly forgotten from last night.
What a fun time we're having. Boy, oh boy. This is great.
So basically...
Oh, God.
We had 3 separate scenes of Keiichi saying, I couldn't forget last night, and then now we're going to cover what he hasn't forgotten last night anyway.
Yes. I've never heard Higurashi repeat himself.
Never heard Higurashi repeat himself.
Ever heard him
The
repeat
inside of the
himself.
Ritual Storehouse had been so utterly different from the relaxed, bright, everyday life of Hinamizawa. All those stories that Takano-san told me too. The mysterious incidents that occurred on the day of the Watanagashi festival every year. Shit, I pronounced it wrong.
Yeah!
The strange incidents where one person would die and one would disappear. The old stories of Hinamizawa flickering like a candle behind them. Numerous and horrifying traditions of Onigafuchi village. The villages with demon blood in them. The terrible cannibalistic feasts. The poor sacrifices kidnapped from human villages, victims of the Onikakushi. To quell the rage of Oyashiro-sama, the ritual involving living sacrifices.
Horrifying.
There are also many, many others. There are so many stories that just remembering them put me in a foul mood. Most of them weren't fiction either, they were true. We didn't need to fear them just because they were real, though. Since it all happened so long ago. Such a very long time ago.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I believe it.
There won't be any curses tonight
no
or
one's
last night.
Died.
No one's died. There are no autopsies or Gifu-sans.
Correct.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Poor Gifu-san.
Where's Mi-chan? She's late.
Before I realized it, we had arrived at the place where I usually meet with Mion. Probably because I was so lost in thought. We agreed that if she isn't here by now, we can just go on ahead, right? If she's 15 minutes late, we're legally allowed to leave.
That's the Keiichi is the kind of student who would pull that shit. You know that, right?
Mion being late wasn't too rare an occurrence, but today she was unusually late. A few of the ominous tales from the night before came back to life in my mind again.
Oh boy.
Who would die this year and who would disappear? It couldn't have been Mion.
Nah, she'll be fine. What should we do, Keiichi-kun? If we don't get going, we'll be late.
She'll be here. She didn't call to tell us she'd be staying home today, right? Let's just wait 5 more minutes, okay? Miranda looked at her watch and seemed a little worried, but then she nodded with a satisfied smile. If we had to wait 5 minutes, we'd have to run as fast as we could to school or we'd be late.
That's fine.
As soon as I thought that, we spotted Mion running towards us out of breath.
Yay! Mi-chan, you're late!
You waited. Should have just gone on ahead.
Mion was breathing heavily and her face was all red. Her house was right down this road, wasn't it? It wasn't far enough away for her to end up like this, was it?
Mi-chan, are you not feeling well?
Now that she mentioned it, Miranda pushed Mion's bangs away and put her hand to her forehead.
Rennie, your hand is pretty cold.
Mi-chan, you're a little bit warm.
It's no big deal. I give it half a day and I'll be fit as a fiddle.
Are you really okay? You don't have to push yourself, you know?
What's this? Fuck!
Fuck!
I refuse to give a point for this.
I don't think that was indicated at all. So,
I mean, I guess there was no cutesy language in it.
I guess so.
I guess.
Look, we just have to remember that if there's no movement on screen, it just do Keiichi, just default to that.
I guess so.
Because, yeah, God. It's alright. We're rusty. We gotta work out the kinks.
We gotta work out.
Kinks that have formed
That's
since
right.
we put the shirt away in the cupboard. Now we gotta iron it out.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yes.
I am the iron of my own shirt.
Alright.
Do we get a point for that?
No.
Okay. Continue then.
What's this, Kei-chan? Are you worried about me? That's nice of you.
And answer wasn't like Mion at all. She must have had it pretty bad.
Or it's Shion.
Maybe. I just think you shouldn't push yourself so hard. We can tell the teacher had to take the day off.
I'm fine. I took some medicine. I think it's already working.
Mion forced an energetic expression onto her face and flexed her biceps at us. Okay then, let's go. Don't overdo it, but of course there's, the time.
What? Well, we need to run or we won't make it.
This morning sure is thrilling. Maybe it's just what I needed to shake off this slowness. Let's run.
It's okay, I'm on my motorcycle, let's go.
Wait, you're sick, don't go overboard. Mion began to run vigorously anyway.
Mi-chan is older than us, right? She knows her own body better than anyone.
I decided to leave it at that and assume she was fine. Great, then we should get going too. Began to run after Mion.
Off we go.
And suddenly we're here.
Suddenly we're at school.
Incredible.
Sweaty.
Who knew that they were able to teleport?
I did. That's the twist. Sorry,
Wow.
spoilers.
God.
Spoilers.
Ruining the story again,
spoilers,
Ben.
they can teleport.
I can't believe you've ruined it all over again.
I did it again.
Looked the same as always.
Good, I'm glad.
The hours passed listlessly and my lack of sleep took its toll. If there was a sport where people competed by sleeping, I'd be world champion right now.
It's a fucking line.
I feel like it's foreshadowing for him dying.
Oh no, you think he's gonna die again?
Yes,
That'll
obviously.
be fun. What?
The trick to overcoming this sort of dangerous situation,
Yeah.
pause for effect, was to hold your pencil upside down. Why, you ask? So you don't draw strange patterns all over your notes while half asleep.
I like it. I like this plan.
If you're holding your pencil upside down, that wouldn't happen, would it? I'm just reminded of that scene in The Dark
I was
Knight.
just thinking, what if you fall forward asleep onto your pencil? You're done. Sadako's like, let me just do one fun trap where I stick his head on that pencil. Ta-da!
Do you want to know where I got these scars?
No! That's, oh god, that's awful. No, I'm not okay with that. Cut that. Cut that immediately.
No.
No.
I'm the editor here,
That's
sir.
awful. That's so bad. Oh god. Okay. Well.
The best part is her parents are gone too.
Let's just keep going. I don't want to think about that. Oh, fucking hell. You're a monster. You're a literal monster.
There were sound effects. Something that felt like an eraser hit me in the head
Speak of the
6
devil.
times.
What was that for, Sadako? I haven't done a single thing. Those would play a prank on me like this. Oh, it was chalk, not an eraser.
What's happening?
behind me, like a female outlaw might hold razors.
Oh god.
This is it's exactly the scene we've just described. We don't
great.
even need to read it.
Yeah, I
skipped
don't want to just keep going.
Like a female outlaw might hold razors.
Was the teacher's shadow holding 3 pieces of chalk in each hand. Those sound effects.
My Barakun, go and wash your face.
Oh.
Right. Gladly. That alone was enough to wake me up, but I flew out into the hallway, as if shoved by the pressure exuded by the teacher's sheer power.
Oh boy, we're out in the hallway again. Fingers crossed.
If I was gonna wash my face anyway, then I would rather use the sinks out front rather than the ones in the dark restroom. Thinking that, I left the hallway and went to the entrance.
Fingers crossed.
Is he gonna be here?
I don't remember.
The sunlight was strong.
I've only read this
so
once.
strong you wouldn't think it was June.
I've only read this once.
I turned the faucet, and with a lifeless bubbling noise, lukewarm water came pouring out. If I let it run for a few moments, would it get cold?
That's a great question.
I looked at it absent-mindedly for a little while.
Oh.
You knew you'd choose these things, Keiichi. The ones out front just feel better, don't they?
Mion.
No kind of class now.
I stuck my hands into the water to find it had gotten so cold it seemed strange it had ever been warm. I scooped it up and splashed it against my face. Once I was done, I moved out into the way and Mion did the same. Mion, how's your cold doing? You're sleepy because of the medicine, not from lack of sleep, right?
Actually, this is a secret, but after the festival yesterday, I got wrapped up in the party my relatives were having. And, well, I had a bit.
Oh.
A bit.
Oh, no.
She made a gesture like she was tilting a cup into her mouth, which means you didn't have a cold or anything.
She's underage. Is it appropriate?
I was trying to think of some other gag to throw in there.
There is no gag.
The moment's
irresponsible.
Passed.
It's irresponsible is what it is. Mion.
Such a sad story. Poor Mion.
Ugh.
Are you hungover? How old are you?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Give me a break. Really don't feel well, you know.
I suppose she'd be feeling lousy either way. Still, I treat colds and hangovers in completely different ways. I was worried over nothing. Man, I guess that's just like you, Mion.
I feel like... Don't worry. I
do worry.
It's just...
I mean, I can think of what's going through your head right now.
Keiichi is, like, using Mion's name more than I would say is, like, normal. And I wonder for you because she's done it on purpose.
I mean, probably. I can tell what she's thinking. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, I've already said what I was thinking, but...
You know what I mean.
Mion scratched her head a little embarrassed. She didn't seem to be feeling well, but now that I knew it was a hangover, I didn't need to worry too much. We go away with time after all.
My head really is pounding, so the teacher told me I should go home early.
You cheater. So you are going home now, Mion. See, he's done it again! Now that I looked again, Mion had their bag with her. She must have been on her way home.
I never heard Rikishi repeat himself.
No, never.
Yeah, I feel bad about it, though. I'll get some rest at home like a good girl. Sorry I can't make it to the club. Would you take over as leader for today, Keiichi?
I don't know if that'll happen. We have that unspoken rule where we don't do the club unless everyone is there, don't we? We never did it when you had to go to your part-time job, did we? Mion laughed wryly, saying we didn't need to worry about her. No matter how much fun we have, though, I think that feeling guilty about friends who can't share is the sign of a really fantastic friendship. In that sense, the club Mion has created is a wonderful thing. As I thought about it, the moisture on my washed face dried up. I suppose we were talking too much. What?
I got my fingers crossed.
He's got his fingers crossed for Oishi to show up.
Yes, I don't know what it is, but I know it's
I hadn't noticed, but he's just been shaking his hand in the side of my vision for the past however many minutes.
He's ready.
I suppose we were talking too much.
If I didn't get back to the classroom, soon I could get in trouble. Okay, later. I'm going back. Be careful on your way home. Don't wobble into a sewer or a brook, got it? I left it at that turnaround and started heading back to the classroom.
Oh, one more thing, Keiichi.
Mion stopped me and I turned my head to listen.
So transfer out.
What's up?
This may sound weird, but don't think too hard about it.
Well, that depends on what it is.
Last night, near the end of the festival, did you see Tomitake-san or Takano-san anywhere?
I suddenly tensed up.
Oh.
You know Tomitake-san and Takano-san, right? You remember, Kei-chan, the four of you were talking during the setup of the festival the day before? He's done it again. He's not included Shion in the list of people, but said there were 4 people. It's so suspicious.
It's great.
If I could, I wanted to forget about sneaking into the storehouse that night as soon as possible. So hearing the names of the people I was with at the time really got to me.
Yeah.
Besides that, though, why was Mion asking me a question like that? I ended up staring at her, unable to answer immediately. Was she asking to see if I had seen them or not, or was she asking the question knowing that I had? I couldn't tell. Well, maybe. I might have seen them around, I don't know. My vague response was clearly not to Mion's liking. What answer was she expecting from me? There was no way for me to know.
I see. Then one more question. On the same night, did you see Shion?
My heart leapt in my throat again. The tiny needles buried underneath Mion's words pricked into me. Didn't you ask me that yesterday? I think I told you that I wasn't sure if I had or not.
Huh, did you?
Oh no!
That's shown up early and quite suddenly.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
There was no tension. Like,
I guess this scene is kind of tense, but it just...
Yeah, normally there's like a very clear tell that's
it's just
fun. It's kept up on us.
I guess I just thought I'd get a different answer if I asked you again.
Kei-chan, did you transfer out?
God, that's so weird. This is almost more off-putting than it showing up the first time.
Great. I know, right?
Because it's so mundane this time.
Yeah.
I suddenly noticed something in Mion's eyes, something indescribable.
Something.
Tomitake-san and Takano-san. Shion, too. She was asking me about them. There's no doubt about it. Last night, the four of us snuck into the ritual storehouse. She knew everything.
Oh, no.
So what? There's not really a curse anyway.
Yeah.
That's right. Even Shion and Takano-san said yesterday during the festival that there was no curse. And that rather than a curse, it was the doing of the villagers. My blood curdled. Mion was, almost without a doubt, aware that we snuck into the storehouse. It was nothing strange. I screwed up bad flipping on the light switch last night. If Mion had been searching for me, it was simple to imagine that she had seen that momentary light and come to find out what was going on.
Even though she would have been paying attention to Rika, because they all expected him to be here. Here's the other thing about this whole situation, though, is that if Shion is the one going nuts this episode, and we're seeing her with the eyes really early, and now they've also disappeared again, is this instead to say that this is our indicator for when Shion's not seeing right, even though Keiichi is? Or is Keiichi still going to go nuts, but to what extent is it different?
You're trying to figure out if it's like one person is going nuts or if it's multiple people,
I mean,
which is fun.
I think that's oversimplifying the amount of back and forth I'm putting in my head right now.
Sure.
Because there's so many different possibilities as to what's going on here. But nonetheless, that is the tell for all of the problem solving I'm going to have to do.
The eyes changing are a tell for something funky going on.
Yeah.
They're also, almost always appearing in incredibly tense moments. That's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what you think they might signify.
Did you really not see her?
Why are you so intent on knowing if I did or not?
It's not important. It's just that there are some people who are speaking poorly of Tomitake-san, Takano-san, Shion, and you, Kei-chan. I didn't really hear what they were saying, though. This is absolutely Shion. This is absolutely Shion.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
This is it's a threat that makes no sense for Mion to be the one saying. Mion would be like, Kei-chan, I've heard some rumors around going on, and I wanted to make sure that they weren't true. Whereas Shion's just she knows what's happened. She's like, don't you fucking say a thing, boy.
Maybe.
Unpleasant sweat dripped down my arms, and the sound of it hanging from my fingertips was so annoyingly loud.
I don't believe that you were doing something bad. I just wanted to ask about it, so I did. Sorry for making you uncomfortable, okay?
I found myself unable to reply. My reaction must have made it obvious what the truth was, and yet I couldn't explain myself.
Kei-chan, you weren't with Tomitake-san, Takano-san, or Shion. See, she's added it now. I'm on edge, right?
Yeah. I finally wrung out an answer between ragged breaths. Mion's expression softened a little.
That's good. I'll have to tell them. You weren't involved in anything bad, Kei-chan. Who's them?
I don't know.
Because it's obviously not them.
Who's them?
But who is them?
Who is them?
Who is them?
Who is them?
So I'll make sure to tell everyone.
Everyone?
Who's everyone?
That's a great question.
Yeah, please do. Tell them I wasn't doing anything bad.
Yeah.
To everyone, make sure.
Everyone.
Keiichi seems to be stable.
Who is everyone?
I love this man.
Okay, later. I'll be better tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Oh, no. What's Keiichi doing?
Wait, Mion. What do you mean by everyone?
What do you mean?
Just then, a freezing cold hand touched the back of my neck.
It's Oishi!
I'm assuming...
Teacher, it must be. Yeah.
Damn, I was hoping it was the principal.
What? No! Why was the principal we asking? He was.
What else does he have to do? He's only got one class in the entire school.
What does he do all day?
What does he do all day?
He practices his wrestling moves, obviously, on like a dummy.
That's why he's so good, obviously.
Yeah.
Hey, your lace my barcode. How long does it take to wash your face?
It's like little trophy
It was the teacher.
on the table.
I was taking so long she came out to get me.
A little bobblehead of himself.
I'm sorry, I was just speaking to Mion.
With hair. Yeah, anyway, yeah.
I turned around, but Mion hadn't crossed through the schoolyard without me realizing it was now standing at the gate. Come back. Oh, fuck.
What?
Come back to your studies quickly now.
Come back to your studies, teacher.
Oh, I was so not ready.
there?
The teacher was being insistent. We returned to the entrance. I looked back one more time and Mion was nowhere in sight.
Bye, Mion.
Bye, Mion.
Good day, being sick
Or
and stuff.
Shion.
Mion or Shion.
I don't believe you.
Shmion. Keiichi, you haven't seen well all day.
It's clearly because you had far too much fun yesterday. And here we go.
You suck. I hate you so much.
Now that I've thought of
I want
this,
that joke to cease immediately.
you want that
It's
Joker?
awful.
You want that Joker to
Yes.
cease?
I do.
Now that I've thought of it, it's not escaping.
No, oh god.
Feed them to the wolves, Ben.
I hate this so much.
I don't want to be told by the one who got lost. Your face was all red and you were nearly crying.
Sariko-chan was so cute last night. How?
My friends did their best to try and cheer me up, but it didn't lighten my mood. Did you hear that? I tried to veil a yawn and it didn't work.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
It's unfortunate.
Was it far worse than I thought?
You need to get more sleep.
Had I really... Get over yourself, Ben.
What? You do though.
You're the one that needs more sleep.
You're the
son.
one whose doctor told her they needed more sleep.
Yeah, and then I got more sleep.
And yet you're still yawning.
That's not an indicator.
It is. A yawn is literally. What is a yawn for? It's to indicate that you haven't had enough sleep.
It's to indicate you're tired. It's not to fucking entirely because I've not had
What
enough
is
sleep.
the state of tiredness if not a state where you have
It's
not had
almost
enough
like I've
sleep?
been up for a long time already today. This is my 10th hour in the day already, and it's
know.
only 1 p.m.
Maybe we should just go to bed after this.
Wait, does that mean you went to bed after I woke up this morning?
No, I went to bed at like 3 a.m. So just before you woke up is when I went to bed.
I'm glad the audience is partaking in this joy of ours.
It's gonna cut this.
Was it far worse than I thought? Had I really done something that terrible last night? These thoughts remain with me for the rest of the day.
It's supposed to be such a like melancholy scene.
I know. We're just the holy shit. We've never seen this angle of his house before.
Yeah, look, it's in the distance.
Also,
it's hiding behind
like
him.
an electric
It's like a-
wire going right by the front of his house.
Oh my god. Did he
This
touch the
detail's
electrical wire?
not slipping me by, Ben. When
Okay.
this wire is...
So after he drunk the water and turned gay, what happened after that? He's been zapped by the power pole?
I guess so.
Yeah?
There's obviously not insulation over near his house, so it's just like set fire to everything and burned it down while he's having like flashbacks.
That makes sense to me.
I think we've solved it.
We've solved Higurashi.
The village,
We've solved
the village burns down because of Keiichi's poor fire safety.
There you go. That's it. That's it. That's the end of the game. Bye, Keiichi-kun. I'll see you tomorrow.
By the time I realized it, I was in front of my own house.
I realized it before and we're accomplished.
Mi-chan had a cold, right? Could you have a cold too, Keiichi-kun? Could you?
Ah, I'm fine. I may look scrawny, but I'd never miss school because of a cold.
Damn right. Both you and Mi-chan don't look so good today, though.
Thanks for worrying about me. I'm fine. Idiots don't catch colds, remember?
Is that true? Is that how that works?
I don't think that's true.
I don't think so.
We've definitely both caught colds before.
It's true. I definitely caught colds. I caught a cold last week. Been having all sorts of fun medication for that. Anyway.
Brenna smiled and then waved to me and left. I love how this episode has just dissolved into us fishing for sympathy about our lifestyles.
Look, I have them in my bag. I could go get them if you like Dialoxin or something. Dialoxin 100.
Wow.
I don't know. I could go get them.
Impressive.
Thank you. 100 Dialoxins.
That sound.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Thank you. With my shoulders bobbing up and down from breathing heavily, I entered the house.
Someone has to make those sound effects.
As soon as I got back in, Mum called out to me.
What?
Keiichi, I'm sorry, but could you go to the library and return a few books for me?
I don't feel like it.
Your dad and I have to wait inside the house for a phone call right now, so we can't leave. I need to return them today. Could you please do it?
Did it have to do with Dad's job?
Oh boy.
No point in arguing if they bring that up. I guess so, but I don't know where the library is.
Oh, you don't? Well, that's very sad. You should read more books, Keiichi. It's a little bit past Okonomiya Station.
Just then, the phone rang, meaning that his mother wouldn't have to wait any longer, so she could go turn in the books and Keiichi could stay at home and not do anything to the plot.
That sounds right to me.
Just then, the phone rang. My parents' faces immediately turned grim.
Oh no, not the side plot.
Mom snatched up the receiver.
Like a cat. Hello, my pa speaking. I'm sorry, yes, he's right here.
Then she...
Sorry, I just had the thought that they
smacked him in the face.
No, both his parents were just waiting for a phone call for Keiichi.
They're like, we have to be here for this phone call. It's very important for him. We'd all be here for it. Keiichi, here you go.
Then she thrust the receiver at my face.
It's for you, Keiichi. Don't take too long, okay?
I tried to ask who it was from, but asking the person on the phone directly would be faster. Hello?
This is Sonozaki, well, the younger one. Hello. Do you have time to talk right now?
It was Shion. The older sister had a hangover today, but the younger made no reference to it. Shion, I thought you'd be sleeping in today with a hangover same as Mion.
What? You had a hangover? That's so like her and not me.
She laughed warmly, but Mion... fuck.
Mion glared at me over the phone.
Yeah, right? But Mom glared at me, silently telling me to finish up.
Whoops, sorry. My parents are waiting for an important call, so I can't talk for too long. What do you need?
Something I wanted to talk about, but if we can't talk long, I guess that's that.
She sounded a little disappointed. What would Shion want to talk to me about? I was interested. And how about we meet in person? If you could show me where the library is too, that'd be great.
You mean the public library near the station? Yeah, that's fine. I go past there on my way to work anyway.
Okay, then you know where I usually meet up with Mion? That intersection where the small path from the Sonozaki house splits?
Oh, Kei-chan, did I not tell you? I don't live at the...
Information.
No! This is not information.
Information.
We already had this when she came to deliver the fucking food to his house, and she's like, "Why is she coming all the way here to then just go back again?" We knew this already.
Did we know this?
What's going on?
Did we know this? Were we told this? I don't.
I feel like we were.
I don't remember. Maybe you better check the notes.
It was...
Check the tapes, as it were.
Because I had it in my head that Keiichi was like, why did she come all the way from Okinomiya to give me food and then just go back to work in Okinomiya?
I don't know.
Was that... Am I just remembering that scene wrong?
Well, if memory serves, last time she was talking about working, but, like, not living.
But...
I don't know. Check the tapes, my dude.
I'm confused.
You tell me what you think. I'm glad you're confused. This is fun for me.
I don't live at the main house. I live in Okinomiya.
Yeah, lives in Okinomiya, works in Okinomiya, all that fun stuff.
If we could meet at the ticket machines at Okinomiya Station, that would be great.
Main house, living in Okinomiya. As she mentioned, it's always seemed like the Sonozaki sisters weren't communicating. Did they live in different houses? Also, now that she mentioned it, Rena said she'd never met the younger sister despite going over to play sometimes. Let's meet at the station then. I'll go there right away. Bye. I set the receiver down and Mom immediately thrust a large pile of library books in my face.
Get right.
6 volumes of long-form mystery novels.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we'll talk about it.
Self-referential.
I'm excited for...
What do you reckon they're called? What mystery books do you reckon these are?
I mean...
Also, is this foreshadowing that Keiichi's mom is writing the story?
You know what? We'll just have to find out.
We'll just have to find out.
I'm excited to learn more about Keiichi's mother's passion for mystery novels. It may be relevant. I think that they're all like horror. What does Agatha Christie do? She doesn't really do horror. Does she do any horror like mystery novels?
Not particularly.
Oh, that's boring. Who does do like horror mystery? Who does that stuff? Edgar Allan Poe, sort of. You know, like
I don't want to say anyone and then be called out for being wrong because my knowledge.
I have no clue either.
My knowledge is really not as great as.
I want to say like someone who does like Victorian London. Like what's the original murder mystery where it's the chimp. The shit like it's like somebody died and there's a shaver on the ground. And there's a bunch of hair that's not from a human. And it was that like a monkey came down the chimney and tried to like shave.
I have absolutely no clue what the fuck you're talking about. But that sounds like a wild ride.
It's actually not as wild because they don't set it up at all. There's like no mention of the chimp until the very end. It's just like it was a chimp the whole time.
So it's the Chinaman in the story, except it's the chimp man.
Except it's a chimpanzee. It's great, or an orangutan. Point is,
Mom had her
murders
hobbies.
in the Rue Morgue.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keiichi. Be back by nightfall. Watch out for the orange chips.
Got it. Okay, I'm going. Suppose I change my clothes and grab my bike key. I climbed the stairs to my bedroom.
And then Oishi was in his bedroom.
Yay!
Whoa, hold on, Akinamiya's in his bedroom.
Oh boy.
I'm shocked.
I told you. Not only he can teleport, but the surroundings can teleport too.
Oh my god.
Moves to meet
That's
him.
what the electricity wires are for. They like plug down into his room and there's like a big massive portal powered by mainland Japan's full electricity.
That makes sense to me. The organization was plugged into his building the whole time.
And that's why they're after him.
That's why Sone's after him.
Oh,
it makes so much sense.
It's so flawless in its construction.
It's true. Watch out for gel bananas. Alright.
Shion had been waiting for me already. So meeting up was a smooth process.
Mia never keeps her appointments, I mean, honestly.
Making my sister the standard for everything will get you in trouble.
Shion seemed a little unsteady, too. She was drinking with Mion last night, wasn't she?
You were drinking last... Fuck off. Ryukishi! Why?
She was drinking too.
Don't try and hide it. You definitely weren't home from school early.
Too bad. Been at home all day in the first place. I'm smarter than Mion after all. I don't understand how this adds up, but I'm gonna just go with it.
Hey, I don't think you can call playing hooky smarter.
You should finish your errand first. We don't have much time. Go into the library, right?
Yeah, thanks. My mom had to return some books by today. Is the library far?
No, it's really close by. Turns to the door right next to them.
Yeah.
She said that we spotted the signboard for the library almost immediately. If it was this easy to find, then I guess I didn't need Shion to show me where it was after all. We rode around a bend and the building was right there.
There we go. That's convenient.
Shishibone Public Library.
We lived in the country, so I hadn't expected too much, but it was pretty big. The first floor was actually government office, so the library was only on the second floor, but it still looked large enough to fit a decent collection of books.
Oh, there's some lady there. Let's go talk to them.
Hello, lady in background.
How are you, miss?
How are you?
Do you think, like, because Rikushi had to, like, take this image.
Yes.
Did he inform them that he was going to take photos and she just, like, stood there? Or she just, I just don't understand why you would not move her out of the shot.
I also just really
so
love
strange.
the big 24 in the background and the 6 on the left. Like, is that the 24th of June? But
Maybe.
like the 24th here and the June.
I guess so. I'm more concerned about that lady, honestly. She has no face. I feel sorry for her.
Poor lady. Do you reckon that the filter that he applies would have done that by default, or do you reckon he had to actually go in and cover her face up and then apply the filter?
I think he probably covered her face up just for, like, privacy concerns. If I'm being honest. But I also like to believe that she just had no face.
We passed through the automatic doors. Whoa, automatic doors in the 1980s, that is like
That's
space
impressive.
age.
It's impressive. It's a high-funding government office.
And we're greeted by the cool breeze of an air curtain. The cicadas had been loud outside.
I don't know what that is.
Don't you?
No.
Okay.
An air curtain.
You can find out later.
Do you know what it is?
Do you?
No. God, no.
Okay. The cicadas had been loud outside, but it was quiet inside the library. The air conditioning inside was keeping the temperature at an ideal level for the books, which had that mildewy smell unique to old paper.
I look after those old books.
I guess every library is basically the same. If there was one difference, it was that people studying for tests weren't taking up all the seats. I was one of those people, but now that seemed like a distant memory. Hello, I have books I'd like to return.
The librarian went through the process of checking them, and then returned my mom's library card.
You gonna get a voice?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Shion was going around the bookshelves with a deeply interested look on her face, like she wasn't the type who went to libraries often.
Oh, she's getting lied.
But there are people in the seats. We were lied to.
There are more people here.
This guy in the blue looks really frustrated.
He's studying for a test is what he's doing. He's like, I
guess
just
he
can't
must
get
be.
it. I just can't quite understand this mathematical problem.
Sorry for the wait, I'm all done.
Libraries sure are nice and cool, aren't they? Want to work in a library one day?
Don't know whether they call that boring or dependable. It's a pretty small dream compared to your sister. You would definitely want to be a hardworking employee for an international trading company or some other crazy job that involved her running all around the world. Compared to that, what Shion said is pretty heartwarming.
Aw.
Well, we need to keep our differences dear to us. Oh, we're not copies, we're two different people called Shion and Mion.
Friendly reminder.
Twins have a lot to think about, huh? Still, it sounds like fun. I don't have any brothers, so there's just me and my parents in my house. It can get a little uncomfortable.
It's the same for me. I don't live with Mion after all. He thought out loud again. It keeps happening.
I know. It's a problem, really. Do you think it occurs more frequently as we get further in the story?
I wonder if it does. I wonder if
Someone
at some,
map that out.
I
Make
wonder
a
if at
graph.
some point in the story, just like the opening line of the
just-
book starts with a quotation mark and then never closes
Yeah,
until
yeah,
like
yeah.
right at the end.
It's just all an internal monologue. Perfect.
Alright, she said something like that, didn't she? Why though? Sisters living apart is unusual. We're getting tired of talking while we were walking. We ended up going to the lounge area, which was vacant, and continuing the conversation.
Yes, Mion lives at the main house, and I live in a Kinomiya.
What do you mean by main house? You make it sound like you're nobility.
Exposition?
It's just the main house, the Sonozaki family's main house. Mion's the successor, so she lives with the nana and apparently studies all sorts of things as preparation to be head of the family. This is new.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything.
Mion, the head of the family.
Yeah.
It kind of fit her personality, but kind of didn't, too. Yes,
almost like she's a three-dimensional character.
I wouldn't really expect Mion to be standing at windows late in a rainstorm and screaming at a portrait.
I mean, give her a few decades.
Yeah, I guess so.
And a lost love.
Yeah, she still is a bit young.
She can get there. She has to uncover a strange fascination with Western architecture.
Keiichi, you just moved here, right? This will sound like I'm boasting, but we of the Sonozaki family are kind of personages around here.
Huh? Seriously? Well, personage didn't really match the extremely sociable air that Mion and Shion gave off. From what Shion explained, the Sonozaki family goes way back to the beginnings of Hinamizawa. After the war, they had a bunch of successful ventures and extended their influence to a wide area.
Sonozaki House is a foundation under which the entire family cooperates. Though the current family head, Grandma, was the one who built it.
The entire family would provide backup to help one relative with a business venture. They're like a huge living company. Let's let them avoid tax-related problems and help relatives.
I like it.
I love it. Just let them avoid tax-related problems.
It's so wholesome.
And help relatives' ventures succeed one after another, using large amounts of money.
When you put it that way, it's just so wholesome and loving.
So friendly.
Yeah.
Nothing quite like tax evasion to bring a family together.
It's great.
It's beautiful. Did she just wink? Did I just see that happen?
It may be. Shion is known to wink occasionally. Blinking, you'll miss it.
If you ever go for a walk through a Kinomiya, pay attention to the signboards and stuff. There's a ton of shops that are managed by members of the Sonozaki family.
Now that you mention it, that toy store looked like it was managed by relatives as well. Does that mean your relatives operate Angel Mart too? Even one few shops I was familiar with were involved with the Sonozaki family. It was definitely surprising.
Yeah, they're a big family.
The family is particularly strong in finance and real estate. Even a lot of members of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry either have the last name Sonozaki or are their relatives. There are Sonozakis in City Council and the Prefectural Assembly too, so since they have the Kinomiya area giving them strong electoral support.
Wait a minute. This is all escalating pretty quickly. Her relatives operate shops in downtown Kinomiya and they're especially strong in finance and real estate. On top of that, a lot of these in the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are relatives. They're even people elected to local office. So then, the Sonozaki family, it's pretty famous in this area. Famous is not how I would describe a crime family structure.
Why would you call it a crime family, Felix? Oh!
Whoa!
Yeah! Oh, is she out of nowhere?
That's the scariest thing that's happened this whole novel.
Yes! Scary in a good way, though. Oh, yes!
That like tangibly raised my heart rate. That was like a proper shock.
I mean, I pushed away from you. I was ready to like karate jump him.
Like that's.
Oh God.
That's up there in terms of jump scares she's pulled on me, and that wasn't even meant to be scary.
I am very excited to be here. Yes, it's crazy.
All of a sudden, a cigarette-smoking overweight old man interrupted our conversation.
Yes, the best character in the library.
Smoking in a library
like a badass.
with air conditioning,
I love
like
him.
a savage. He's officially lost points.
No! He's such a great fucking character.
Don't smoke in libraries. Don't smoke around air conditioning.
If you want to, you can smoke wherever you want, babe.
It's a tragic story. I can't wait until he dies of lung cancer at the end of this.
You'll be fine. You'll live a long life free of lung cancer.
All of a sudden, a cigarette-smoking overweight old man interrupted our conversation. Wait, I know this guy.
Yeah, we do.
From a previous life.
Hello, good afternoon. Are you on a date today? What I would give to be young again.
So Ishii's hunting the Fountain of Youth. We figured out
that is what I am here for, yes.
If you thought we were on a date, then why are you bothering us? Ishi-san.
Call it out!
That was it. He was Uishi-san, a police officer. I thought it was this person who came to my rescue when I got involved with those delinquents before. Now that I thought about it, Mion didn't seem to like him very much.
No, I apologize. I heard a familiar voice, so I came over to see.
Uishi-san laughed coarsely, not showing any sign of giving up. As Shion watched him do so, I didn't feel the same sense of malice from her as I had from Mion.
Mayabara-san, right? You're one tough guy. Two-timing the Sonozaki sisters, are you?
No, I'm not two-timing anyone. I turned around to look at Shion and pleaded for help. But she grinned and maintained her silence.
I love this.
Her gaze wandered. She looked at the clock.
I want more scenes with Shion and Noishi. That's all that I want.
I'm sorry, Keiichi. I really need to get to my job.
Oh, did you? Wait, didn't Shion have something to talk about today? Now, this weird man is here, though.
This weird man. Get out! He's the best boy!
Yeah, I'll see you later. I'll give you a call after I'm done. It'll be okay to call at night, right?
Yeah, probably okay.
And I'll talk to you later tonight. Bye.
Don't worry, it's just me, you, and the air conditioning now. Perfect.
Shion left so fast she was practically running. Uishi-san was waving at me with a grin. I felt like I'd been here as bait so she could get away. Maybe she was lying about having to go to work.
You're quite the big shot being so close to the Sonozaki daughters. Maybe I should rethink how I talk to you too.
Uishi-san put a coin in a vending machine as he said something a bit appalling.
Is iced tea okay with you? Do you want milk in it?
Huh? Oh, no,
I'll put some in then, alright? Here you are!
He handed me a cup of tea filled to the brim with ice as I looked on absent-mindedly. I don't think I'm obligated to have a guy like this buy me a drink, but he did get it for me, so I'll thank him.
Yay!
Was Uishi-san just killing time? We didn't know each other well, but he was still engaged in conversation about all sorts of dumb things.
Oh, God.
When I thought back to how I talked with Shion, it seemed like a total disaster.
He's got his foot in the door, let's go. Air conditioning time. Mayabara-san, how much do you know about Sonozaki-san?
Other than what I heard just now, nothing. Up until then, I hadn't known anything about either Mion or Shion other than the fact they were interesting. I really did only just learn that she was the daughter of some prestigious family.
These Sonozakis are a Yakuza group with this entire region under their thumb.
Damn, he just came straight out and said it.
Yay, Uchi! Plus, their father is a high-ranked executive in the Yakuza Association. Did you know that, Felix?
What? An executive?
Have you ever seen where Shion's son lives? It's the very picture of a game boss's house, protected by high walls, barbed wire fence, and security cameras. If you have the chance, you should go and visit her.
She'd mentioned beyond being a successor, but to a Yakuza group.
I could have figured it out. No. Not at all. Employing of the Yakuza group isn't the only thing me and Sonozaki-san will inherit. She's inheriting the Sonozaki family itself. I'll leave it to you to mull over what exactly that means.
Uishi-san had spoken lightly about this from the start to finish, but what he was saying wasn't light in the least. It was abrupt and unbelievable.
Unbelievable. If Mion-san wanted to, she could kill someone in the middle of the street and still cover it up.
Is that foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing? I don't smell any foreshadowing. I think you're mistaken.
I think it smells like foreshadowing.
No one's dying in the middle of the street. Don't worry about it.
Welcome to ASMR Hour with Chikrono and Matches.
I don't want to know what matches.
What?
You've never called me that.
I mispronounce your name constantly.
It's true. It's true, Felix. Not only would witnesses not show up, but she'd put pressure on the police too.
Mion would never kill someone.
She wouldn't. I'm just speaking hypothetically.
Your name, it was Uishi-san, right?
Yes, boy, yes. That is right.
And Uishi-san. Whatever family Mion comes from, it doesn't change the fact she's the best friend I could ever have, and I'm proud of that. I don't appreciate people speaking ill of her. I let my quiet anger show through in my gaze as I stared at him. Of course, I could never seem to tell what he's thinking, so I didn't know if it had any effect.
Then let me be frank with you. If Mion-san was suspected of a handful of incidents, what would you think?
Suspected? Incidents? You can't just say terrible stuff like that on a whim. Then it would be a misunderstanding, of course. Mion may say some dangerous things, but she's not the kind of person who would do something so awful.
Mayabara-san, keep your voice down. We are in a library.
Uishi-san shushed me, but in a state of heightened excitement as I was, I wouldn't be so easily calmed.
As he takes a drag from his cigarette.
I know.
Please calm down. As I said before, the Sonozaki family holds a lot of power in this region, for better or worse. So if anything happens, they would immediately be suspect. I would appreciate it if you understood that.
Well, I know what Oishi-san is trying to say. Combining it with what Shion told me before, the Sonozaki family is huge and controls everything from Hinamizawa to Okinamiya.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, Mion, meanwhile, is its successor who apparently holds strong influence over the entire family. Still, that's all. That's the only reason they're suspecting her.
I'm just doing my job here, not to doubt Mion-san of anything, but to clear up suspicion surrounding her. Please think of it like that.
You could talk a dog out of a meat truck. Here's the definition of a shrewd, unfair adult. At this point, I began to think that it was no...
Why are there 2 music tracks at the same time?
Just to add on that tension.
Who scripted this?
I mean, Higurashi did. We know who did it. You fool.
I don't believe Ryukishi would do something that horrid to me.
It's possible.
At this point, I began to think that it was no coincidence I'd met him.
Could be Mega Gamer. Let's just put all the blame on them.
Oishi-san, do you need something from me?
Yes, I do. Keiichi Maebara-san.
He answered in an absent tone of voice.
Totally detached.
Completely absent.
Absent from the conversation.
Mion's being suspected of something and you came here to hear from a friend of hers. Me. Is that it?
No, that isn't it. I didn't come to talk to a friend of Mion Sonozaki-san. I came here to talk to Keiichi Maebara-san. It would probably have bothered you as I visited your house, so I waited for you to leave and then followed you here.
To me? What do the police want with me? Having realized this faked coincidental meeting had me as its target, my mood immediately turned foul.
You don't need to be so tense. Calm down and just answer a few questions.
Am I being questioned?
Let's call it a chat with a guy you just happened to run into.
Oishi-san freely suggested that I relax. That said, behind his eyes was a light, which I could see only sometimes, that was sharp as a hawk. If I tried in vain to run away, he might actually take me in and bring me to an interrogation room or something. That was an undoubtedly unpleasant thought.
You had a roaring good time at the Watanabe Festival last night, didn't you?
Don't beat around the bush, please. Can't do small talk right now.
Last night, during the festival. Did you see Jiro Tomitake Flash-san and Mio Takano-san?
Gulp.
I could plainly feel myself give a start.
Where did I put those pictures? Oh! Here they are.
He opened a small notebook and removed the photographs. I didn't have to look. Who knows? I might have seen them around, I don't remember. I was asked the same question for the second time today. I gave the same answer for the second time, too.
Your memories are a bit blurry. You couldn't have possibly been drinking or anything.
Here, too, I got the same answer as I had from Mion. I realized he wasn't taking my vague reply well. Why is he asking me the same thing Mion did? Dark feelings I had nearly forgotten due to my conversation with Shion came rushing back in a hurry. We snuck into the sacred ritual storehouse, a punishable act. It was a tiny impulse. While it may not count for much now, I do feel sorry about it.
I will ask you again. Did you see Jiro Tomitake Flash-san and Mio Takano-san at the festival last night?
His tone was soft, but there was a dreadfulness in his voice, clearly different from the first time he asked. I'm scared. That was exactly how I felt.
I'm not happy with you.
Even if you repeat the question, my answer won't change. I don't really remember. There wasn't any better answer I could give him. Didn't have the balls to say I didn't see them, nor the courage to admit I had.
I see. I just thought that maybe I'd get a different answer if I asked a second time.
I'm too scared to look at Oishi-san in the eyes.
I'll change the question. Come, Maebara-san. Relax.
Oishi-san grabbed my shoulders and squeezed them as if trying to give me a massage. Mostly just hurt, though. Still, why would he ask me the same things as Mion? If he's asking the same things, then the next question must be...
On the same night at the festival, did you see Shion Sonozaki-san?
I wondered what the sound was, and when I looked down, I saw that it was unmelted ice in the cup I was gripping in my hands. My hands were trembling, rocking the ice back and forth. Realizing that, I hastily put the remaining ice in my mouth and crunched down on it.
Wishi's giving him the fucking screws.
Sorry. May have seen her, but well, you know, she just looks like Mion. I might have just mistaken the two.
No, but that can't be.
Suddenly, Oishi-san grabbed both my shoulders and hunched down to give me a level stare. This must be what it's like to be a deer in the headlights. I wanted to look away, but I can't. This is the first time I've experienced such a piercing stare.
Mion-san and Shion-san wear completely different clothing. You wouldn't mistake the two so easily, I would think. Mayabara-san.
His voice was harsh the same as when Mion said it. I could feel my heartbeat quickening. When I realized he could feel it through the hands on my shoulders, I got even more scared. Why are Mion and Uishi-san both asking about last night? I was sneaking into that storehouse so bad. I shouldn't have let Takano-san talk me into it. Tomitake-san casually said to check it out too, so even Shion, if she hadn't encouraged me. No, I understood. I was the one most at fault here. I shouldn't have let my curiosity get the better of me. Shouldn't have gone into the forbidden storehouse.
Is this Kuma-chan or is this Keiichi?
I guess it must be, it was Kuma-chan. Uishi-san, I think that's a clue to get out of here.
Was I originally voicing him before we
did? You were actually. Okay, so I guess in these scenes when it's not just
I just don't remember what voice I gave him at all.
Uishi-san, I don't know.
It wasn't.
You had a lighter tone of voice though.
I'll have to go back and check the tapes.
I do feel like we'll have to get you on Kuma-chan when we're not in tips.
Was he generic Brit Australian 3?
Speak in that voice. He do that voice? British Australian 3. Can you pull that up?
Uishi-san, I think that's our cue to get out of here.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, okay.
Young man wearing a suit came into the lounge. From the way he held himself, I knew immediately that he was Uishi-san's subordinate.
So it is. Closing time already.
Hadn't realized it until he said something. The jingle and announcement telling patrons the library had closed had started playing without me realizing it. I was so irritated, so overwhelmed that I couldn't even hear it.
Well then, Mayabara-kun, we're out of time, so allow me to take my leave. I'd like to talk with you more about this at your leisure when we have more time. It'll be a date.
This isn't a joke. If I never saw him again, it would be too soon.
That's untrue. Uishi-san followed his subordinate and left the lounge behind him. However, he spun back around.
Oh no. Alright, Mayabara-san.
What is it?
Those two questions I asked you before, you don't remember well enough to answer either of them, correct?
Right.
Just so you know, you saw them all yesterday. You were walking along, the four of you, having quite a pleasant time. Near the stone steps, I saw you with my own eyes.
Caught my breath and my heart seemed like it was about to stop. What a detestable person. He knew and he was testing me.
We'll meet again. Have a good year.
I sat there like a rock, unmoving, until I could no longer hear the clacking sounds of their footsteps.
There we go.
Damn.
So, something cool to note. Keiichi's relationship with Uishi is just a little bit different this time.
Yeah, just a tad.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little less of a friendly chat going on there.
I do really enjoy, despite supposedly, having the question raised of like, oh good, answered of like, oh good, Shion and me on different people, problem solved. We fixed it. Now we have the wonderful question again of who's playing who when.
It's true.
Because to my mind, what's happened
everyone's feeling a bit
is
funky.
that, like, the Mion we saw at school was probably Shion. Asked Keiichi those questions.
Yeah.
And then was like, okay, Keiichi's not answering this honestly. This means he must have been the one responsible for what's happened. And then has gone to Uishi and been like, yo, I think it's this guy. Let me call him up and I'll arrange a meeting that's supposed to be with me.
Yeah.
And that's why Uishi just happened to show up in the library that they both were in.
It was very interesting that Uishi not only asked the same questions as Shion, but he literally was like, I thought I'd get a different answer if I asked you a second time.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
The other thing is, like, if it was Mion, it could, like, same thought process. Like, maybe it was Mion was like, okay, well, Keiichi was hanging out weird at the festival, and then those two disappeared, and then she's the one that's now arranged the meeting with Uishi.
Maybe.
Like, either way around it is, I think that the person at school and the person who met with Uishi are the same one.
You think they're the same person? All right.
Yeah, which way around it is a bit dubious on still, but I think that's at least the game that's happening here.
Maybe.
Because like them asking the same questions isn't super far-fetched considering what's happened, obviously. But them asking the same questions, and Uishi showing up where they just happened to be meeting up, even though they'd literally only just phoned about it however long before.
Yeah.
That's
It's
clearly,
a little weird, isn't it?
you know, summons up.
I don't know, maybe. I guess we'll find out on the next episode of What's an Egashi.
Next time.
Next time.